Hello. Well, today I continue getting together a Commodore 64 to possibly sell. And here is the 64, and I'm looking at the pile of disk drives here, and one of them does stick out as a potential. I mean, there are lots here. Some are cleaner than others, and some are different colors and different things, but this one here, which is way up, also it's on the top, strikes me as a good candidate. Cosmetically, it's pretty fine. And it did pass all the tests from before, which is also a good sign. So, let's just see if we can get this all happy and working together. So, we need to plug in a few cords, always with the power turned off, unless it isn't. Okay, so disk drive on. Hello. It does its thing. It cycles up. Slide it back a bit. Commodore 64 on. It signals the drive. That's always a good sign. We'll put in the ever popular 1541 test demo disc, and it comes in okay. Which is a good sign. It means the computer is talking to the drive, and the drive is talking to the computer. So, we'll take our disk that I usually test things with. We'll put it in. Oh, that's a good strong thump. So, still have dust from that previous 64 on me. So, this seems to be going well. It sounds good. Now, I am going to have to seek cabling. Because these cables that I have here, well, it's not that I can't move them, it's easier not to. So just give me a moment while you listen to that clunk away there. I will go over to my cable reservoir. And I do want to be as authentic as possible. So there, I have found a gray. So I found a gray power cord, which is a good thing, because that's what they came with. And now, I'm looking for a black, or gray serial cable. I'm suspecting that now that you've heard all those noises, oh dear. Oh, we're not quite done. Not quite. But here we have a fresh power cable and a serial cable. I will set them down. It's still testing. What fell over here was a Commodore 64. Excuse me. And it might try and fall again. Okay, so this unit has passed. Good. Now, although it will make no difference at all, I will take the other power cable, plug it in, and look for somewhere to plug it in down here. Ooh, I see the box. And here's a serial cable. The reason I'm going to test this with these new cables is long ago, run the performance test. Okay, it's running. Long ago, when I lived in Florida, I worked in the computer department at Winn Dixie. And a lot of stuff had to be inputted, and then we were just a satellite. We didn't have a computer there, heavens. And it was sent off to Tampa via a modem, of all things. So, this one day, I go in, we're getting things going, we fire things up, and the terminal, which we need, which sends everything off to Tampa, will not come on. I call my boss. I say, go. It's not coming on. He, of course, I said, you know what, let me just change out the power cable. Just in case. He said, no, don't touch anything. So he calls the IBM specialist, and everything is put on hold, and we wait, and he gets there, and he looks things over, and after a couple of hours of tinkering, he changed the power cable. And it's funny, that power cable would work on other things. Somewhere, I still have it, and I've used it on other things. But for whatever reason, something to do with the plug and the connector, and I guess in the computer, it wouldn't work. So I don't know how much, I know a couple hours was wasted and a whole bunch of money. And you know what, if I had it to do again, I just would have quietly, now, again, I would have quietly changed the power cord, watched it come up, watched it come to life, watched it work, and maybe, well, I probably wouldn't have said nothing, but I might have left a note saying, oh, this power cord seems wonky, so we switched it. We had lots of other things we could steal the power cord off of. And who knows, maybe it would have worked on something else. Anyway, that is why I am testing this with this power cord and the serial cable, just to be sure. The other thing I should find is a video cable that will go to the 3-pin inputs for chroma and luma and sound from a Commodore 64. I am not using one at the moment. I don't think there's one on the back of this monitor, but I can't see because there's an 8032 blocking the way. So this is indeed passing. Of course, the other thing I will do before this goes anywhere is I will use, wait for it, yes, a magic eraser, just to tidy everything up. So, I'm just going to go over here for a moment. The 1541 has passed the test. I'm going to look on the back of the monitor, which I think I can see from over here. And actually I can see quite quickly that there is no such cable attached. So, but I do have one here. I'm not, well, the colors aren't so bright and shiny and beautiful, but you know, these cables have been around a while. So I'm going to plug the red in the red, which is chroma. Hello. The white in the white, which is audio. This 8032 is pestering me. And there's a Commodore typewriter on top of it. I don't want anything to fall. Good. Okay. 2 in. Just the yellow to go. The Luma signal. And oh, we're in. And now I'm going to run this cable over the top, and I'm going to switch the switch from here to the rear. And now I'm coming back. So when I come back, of course, I see nothing on the screen. That's because this cable, which I just airmailed in, is now the one. Now it's a genuine Commodore cable, so I don't feel bad about it. Ooh. And indeed, up it comes. And it does look crisper and nicer. It does. So I'll run this again. Oh yes. Yes it does. It's funny. It's not a, well, I should try some of the other 64s on this that have the really bad sort of looking signal, some of the older ones. But anyway, this is now happy, and it has a cable that goes to the rear of the 17, what is this? It's a 1701 monitor. I'm not sure that's the monitor that's going to go, not this monitor, but I'm not sure if it's going to be a 1701 or others. I like the 1701 and the 1702 because they stack so nicely. So, we are getting there. I suppose the other next thing I have to do is make sure I have a happy power supply. I have one on the floor over there I do not trust, I will not use. It might be good for a display somewhere where nothing has to work, but I think one of the voltages has gone out of it, probably because it was plugged into a power bar that was left on for weeks if not months, and that meant that it was, you know, kind of working but not working, and you know. So let's go look for a power supply. I wish you could come with me on this adventure, but alas, there are some things I must do alone. Oh, I found another video cable. Very nice, but not what I need. Anyway, I have a chair over here, and I have cables sort of hanging around it, and indeed, I see a couple of power supplies. Now the thing I don't like doing, necessarily, is plugging two here that look okay. One is from 1983. The other looks a little newer, so I'm going to bring the newer one around. So as you can see, or hear, the disk drive is passing here. There's another power supply. So the disk drive is fine. I'm not sure I am brave enough to plug this in to the intended machine straight away. I am having trouble. There, I found an outlet. Dear God. Okay, so how daring am I? Well, not that daring. So I'm going to grab another 64 here. That worked. And I'm just going to see, basically, does the light come on? Yes, the light comes on. The light does not look extraordinarily bright. Amen. So, out with the one that we've been testing with. The power is off. And we go. Okay, the drive is responding. Look at that. So, it's funny, you know, when you think of it, it's just a disk drive, a 64, and a monitor. But there are other important pieces. So this power supply looks fine. I suppose what I should do is leave it on and quote unquote burn it in, I suppose. So we are almost there. The next thing I must do is try and find a couple of matching joysticks. If I can find matching joysticks, great. If I can't, oh well. I don't suppose after all this time they have to match, and who knows, maybe these people have a preference. This here that I've been testing things with, hello, is from a Wico, and they are very nice and very popular and very strong, and I think they used to guarantee them for I don't know how many millions of shots. Over here, oh, here's a sexy joystick. This is it's an Epix, I think, Epix 500XJ, and it's ever so nicely in the hand, with the fire button right where your finger would be, and it's got a very small throw. So that's two. Has potential. But for right now, I'm going to let this 1541 sit with the power on. I'm going to leave the 64 on. I'm going to turn the monitor off. And let them do their thing.
That was easy.
And we will continue on this adventure of actually perhaps getting rid of, not getting rid of, but selling a Commodore 64 system. Stay tuned. We will meet again.